It's Fernando Ruiz Art.
Hi everybody, and today we're gonna get really specific today because this is a long requested request from one of our loyal subscribers, and he reached out to me, and he's been actually asking for this for a while. It's kind of a very specific request, so I haven't really haven't gotten to move on this one. Because really, normally when I when I do these videos, sometimes they draw. Well, really, when it comes down to it, I'm drawing whatever I feel like drawing. But I always try to give things some sort of educational spin, some sort of educational value, something that you guys can take away from watching me draw this stuff. This request is kind of very, very specific, but I figure watching somebody draw anything could give you some information, some inspiration even. And there's actually, as I thought about it, there's actually some value here, some things worth going over as I draw this. So what I'm drawing is, and this is for loyal subscriber Justin, who wants to know how to draw this guy so he could draw him for his sister for her birthday, which I believe is coming up very, very soon. So I hope he gets to watch this. So what he wants is Green Arrow, but not just any Green Arrow. He wants the Green Arrow from the TV show Arrow on the CW or whatever that is, and not just any Green Arrow or Arrow. I don't know what he calls himself on that show, because honestly I don't watch the show, but he wants Green Arrow as he appeared when he was on the island, which I guess is from the origin. I'm assuming his origin is the same as Green Arrow from the comic book. So he wanted the Arrow character, Green Arrow character, whatever they call him, Oliver Queen, as he appears when he's on the island. So that's again, I thought this was really, really, really specific. A lot of people are probably, will probably never draw a Green Arrow in their lives, or especially a Green Arrow as he looked when he was on the island. But having said that, Green Arrow aside, as I said, he still has certain drawing challenges, drawing issues that are worth talking about. Right off the bat, because he is Green Arrow, and in the picture that Justin sent me, he doesn't have a bow and arrow, but I don't want to. To me, he's just a guy if he doesn't have the bow and arrow. So I'm giving him the bow and arrow, and notice as I draw that bow and arrow, I'm really drawing it through the bow rather. I'm really drawing it through the shape of the hand, and then what I want to do is I want to shape the hand, position the fingers, and looks like he had some sort of leather thing over the hand, kind of a partial glove. I don't know where he got that on the island, but I'm not going to ask. And then it looks like some other sort of leathery thing. But notice as I started, okay, and I started while I was talking here, I started with a very, very simple figure, and I'm moving all over the figure. I'm working very lightly, and as I often say in these videos, I'm probably going a little darker than I normally would, because I just want what I'm doing to show up on camera, on the video. So I'm going to have him pulling back here. So he's really all just basic shapes. And I'm drawing him, I always say I'm drawing him naked, but really just this streamlined mannequin figure. And I like to move all over, because this lets me keep tabs on all of the figure. So he's not just, so I'm not drawing him in pieces. Okay, so notice I drew his whole head, even though he has, well, two things. Number one, he has long hair, so I'm going to throw the long hair on him. And with that long hair, there's a beard. I guess he was on that island for a while. And he also has this hood. Now, I probably won't have time to really polish this up, so understand that as far as I get here, there's probably a whole lot more tweaking and refinement that I do. I'm also not making him look like the actor. I'm not really concerned about a likeness to the actor all that much. I'm kind of drawing more of the comic book Oliver Queen, who was always drawn as having high cheekbones, sharp cheekbones, an angular face, or at least after the great Neil Adams got through with him. Now this guy, his hair is pretty wild. I'm not sure what he is wearing, but it looks kind of ratty and tattered. So I'm gonna, it's almost like I drew his body and now I'm putting the clothes on over the body. And which actually will have the clothes sit on the body much more naturally, much more believably. There'll be mass to the body. And I'm just gonna clean up some of these lines, clean up the hood a little bit. Actually, that's hair. See the side of the hood. More hair. It's kind of hard to make out what it is that he's wearing exactly. This kind of shredded green outfit. I guess it could be considered sort of a Green Arrow costume, I guess. I really don't watch these CW superhero shows. I know, and I know they have their fans. To be honest, they get on my nerves. And I've tried. Boy, did I try. I really tried with The Flash. But that one I think was possibly a bigger offender than Green Arrow. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that, because I hung in with The Flash for a little while, maybe about a season and a half or so. Green Arrow, I kept trying. I made a honest, sincere effort to watch. But man, is that a pretentious show. That show is utterly joyless. And I also have, if you're going to do a show about a superhero, you're doing Batman, Superman, Green Arrow, whatever it is, make it about the superhero. Don't hide it. Don't be ashamed of the character that's the source of the show that you're doing. And I'm speaking to you, Smallville. Embrace the character. You want to do a Green Arrow show, call him Green Arrow, and have him do Green Arrow things. And the Green Arrow that I knew from the comics, he did things himself. He didn't have this whole backup team to do his legwork for him. And that's the same issue that I have with the Flash too. The Flash can't do anything. He needs this support team behind him, speaking into his ear, telling him what to do. So his pants are kind of ratty. Looks like he has some pockets on his pants too, some pouches or something. So I'm not exactly sure what his bow looks like or looked like on the island. So I'm not going to really tweak his bow all that great. I'm not going to detail the bow all that much. He is barefoot, so there's a quick crash demo on doing feet. Feet are pretty much wedges, really, with toes added to them. So you saw me draw this body in a very basic form, and once I had the body structured the way I wanted to, once I had the body in place the way I wanted to, what I did was I started refining. I started giving the body some anatomical detail and shape. Started adding all the little things to the Green Arrow or Arrow costume, such as the hood and any sort of these shin guards for the wrists or whatever you call them, these gauntlets, the ratty clothing. I started adding all that. He also has some kind of weird belt. Throw that in there. So a lot of what I would do, and the clock is going to grab us in a few seconds, so I'm not going to be able to take this guy too much further. But a lot of what I would do now is just really refinement. Looking at my pictures of Oliver Queen and looking at the details and adding those details, just sharpening up stuff like, the seams and stitches and pouches and flaps that he wears, the precise tears, if they're really all that important. Clean up the anatomy and, make the muscles look a little bit more accurate. I want to shape the feet a little bit so they look a little more feet-like. And I'm not really taking the time to do as much erasing as I might do if I had a little bit more time. But if you need to erase, don't be afraid to erase. Sometimes it looks like I don't erase all that much because I'm trying to move fairly quickly, and really what I end up doing often in these videos is just drawing right over any mistakes that I made. But rest assured, if I had the time, if I was slowing down a little bit more, I would probably, go in there with the eraser and clean things up. All right, so there he is, our Oliver Queen as he looked on the island. I hope you dig it, Justin. I hope you're able to follow along, and I hope your sister has a happy birthday. So let me know. Everybody else, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please click like, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. All right, I will see everybody in the next one, and thanks for watching, and as always, keep drawing.